Hello, my name is Brett Burnett, and this is the fourth video in a group of videos that we're making to introduce myself as candidate for school board, as well as to lay out some challenges for our school district. If you have not gone back and watched the first three videos, I would ask that you go back and do so, as this will be just a continuation in that series. The next question that I want to analyze in the survey that I conducted is this: how respectful are the relationships between teachers and students? And here's the responses I received. 17% said extremely respectful. 26% said quite respectful. 40% said somewhat respectful. 14% slightly respectful. And only 3% said not at all respectful. Now, I don't have the data in front of me, but I would suggest that, just as a guess, that probably in the lower grades, elementary for sure, these would be higher numbers. More kids would be respectful, and as kids become teenagers, then I would say the attitudes come out, and certainly those numbers would steadily decline. I would also say that this is not bad data. If you look at the top three, between extremely quiet and somewhat respectful, you get a total of 83% in there. And so I would say that overall our district, the kids, comparatively speaking, are pretty respectful. We got a lot of fine families, and so while there are some concerns, this is not one of the bigger concerns in my survey. The second question that I would like to discuss today is this: when the school makes important decisions, how much input do teachers have? And here's the results: 0%, tremendous amount of input; 10%, quite a bit of input; 16%, some input; 19%, a little bit of input; and get this, 55%, almost no input. This was mind-boggling. When I saw the results of this question, I knew that I'd heard a lot about this being an issue, but I didn't realize it was this bad. Basically, looking at those bottom two answers, a little bit of input or almost no input, you combine those, that's 74%. That's 3 out of every 4 teachers and aides. Their perception, again, is that there is no input given from those levels into higher level decision making. This is a problem that we face across our land, across our world. We have corporations whose CEOs are making executive level decisions for people that are working in the warehouse and in the fields. You've got TEA making decisions at their corporate level for small schools like Winsboro and their teachers, and there's such a disconnect between those two. And now we're seeing that same disconnect at our local level. And so it doesn't seem like to me like this is a difficult fix, because all you have to do as an administrator or in leadership is you just have to recognize, I've got to get teachers' input, and I've got to I can't just be an ear for them. I've got to actually allow them to help me make decisions. Because listen, I know for a fact, I've been a leader of the Chamber of Commerce. I was a youth pastor for a number of years, and everywhere that I've gone, I always want to collect people around me that are strong in areas where I am weak. I heard this a long time ago, that you want to staff your weaknesses. Wherever you're weak in, find people that are strong in those areas and surround yourself with them. And really, this is hard for some people just because of pride. They want to feel like that they have to have all the answers. They want to be the ones in control and make all decisions. And it's really a pride issue. And so, but in reality, this is a very simple thing to fix if we as a school district will humble ourselves and say, listen, nobody knows the answers more to fixing the problems in our district than our teachers. They're hands-on every day. They're in the classroom. They talk with parents. They deal with students. They teach students. They're engaged in the local classroom. Those guys and girls and ladies and men are the ones that we need to be reaching out to. They're the ones that collectively have the answers that we need. And so this is a really big concern in our school district. I've heard this from a number of teachers who have voiced personally that this is certainly one of the biggest issues that we're facing. We see this in in not just locally, but we see this in our Texas Teacher Task Force, the vacancy task force that Greg Abbott just put together this past week. This task force was picked to determine why are teachers leaving the teaching field. Why are they leaving education? And isn't it ironic that out of the 28 people that was picked to put on this board to determine why teachers are leaving, guess how many out of the 28 were actually teachers? Two teachers. So the majority of them, according to what I saw online, the majority of them were superintendents. So you're asking superintendents why teachers are leaving the workforce. They're disconnected, probably much like we are in our district. And so we have to get back to that ideology that we are a team, and it's not us, it's them. It's not this group is going to rule over this group. It truly is we have to work together, and we're all just as significant as the other person. And so this is an issue that we need to tackle. We need to recognize that this is a problem, and we need to fix it. So thank you for tuning in today. There'll be more videos to come. Have a blessed day.